Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name's Maggie. I am a mother of three. I work full time, and in my spare time, which has been very little lately, I like to create content showing how I um, do DIYs in my house and clean and declutter. So if any of that content sounds like something that you would be interested in, please consider subscribing to see what else I am up to when I have the time. If you have been around and you've been wondering where I've been, I have been busy. We have been in the throes of life. It has been chaotic. Both of my older two children have soccer activities. My youngest is in gymnastics, and it has just been between work, kids, just life. It has been chaos, pure chaos. And I don't know if anyone out there feels the same way. I don't know if you have kids or not, but it has been rough. So here I am, and I filmed this at the beginning of January when we had a break in the soccer schedule because we were supposed to get a snowstorm. This was I want to say January 6th or something, somewhere around there. I don't even know the date, to be honest, and I should check, but can't be bothered at this point, to be honest. It's just it's just I am here, I am editing, and let's get this over with. So here, as you can see, I am cleaning the walls, I am dusting everything, as you'll see, and just preparing the walls for paint. The paint that I used is a paint that I painted my kitchen with, not the cabinets. The cabinets were in heck, I don't even remember the paint color for the cabinets at this point. Sorry. But the paint color for the walls is definitely, I do remember that one. It's Greek Villa. And so here I am using a scrubby brush because the walls were kind of dirty in some areas. So use that with some spray water and some soap to clean up some of the dirtier patches. And then a cloth to wipe it down to really clean up. And then I patched the holes up, and yeah.
Okay.
Power, no power.
No power.
The TV's off at this point.
No, turn it off.
Power? Probably no power. Power?
As I mentioned in my previous clip, this was a snowstorm that we were supposed to be getting, and so right then and there we started losing power. I thought we were actually going to lose power for much longer, but it just flickered on and off, and that was pretty much it. We didn't get much snow. I mean, we got like a little flurry, but nothing serious. This is what we've got right here. This was it. I wouldn't even say we got half an inch. The kids tried to go outside and play in the snow flurry situation, but yeah, didn't really do much. Which I'm happy about because I am not for losing power. I actually like having power. And in the background, you can see my Christmas tree was up. Again, I filmed this right after Christmas, beginning of the year, when we were supposed to have a snowstorm. So, yep, here I am just painting my heart away as the kids try to play in the quote-unquote snow. It was freezing outside. It was so cold and windy. That it was for sure. Anyways, as you can see, painting. And honestly, I love this color. It is so nice. It looks so much nicer, and you'll see at the end what the end result looks like. And again, remember, I am a mother of three, and I work full time, so it's not like I have all the time in the world to get my house to be pretty and staged every day. I just do my best, and that's all I can do. I am not trying to be someone I'm not. So if my house looks like a mess, it's because it is. That is my house most of the time. We try, but it is not a Pinterest Instagrammable house. We live here and we are busy. So and as you can see, I'm super slow at painting. Like I don't paint. I haven't painted in the past, not really. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm super slow as a snail. But even so, this little room took about a weekend. That weekend that we had snow, it was
When I
pretty
bought
much
the
done.
buffet and I put it in here, I don't know if any of y'all watched that video, but if you did,
you would have seen that I cleaned this. That was, when was that? July, August? I haven't cleaned it since, and it's filthy. It's January, so do y'all clean your air vents like quarterly, monthly? What is the schedule? Because I don't know. Let me know. The one thing I wish I would have done instead of going in with my actual paint, I don't know if I mentioned what the paint color was, but this is Greek Villa by Sherwin Williams. But I wish I would have gone in with a primer initially and then used this paint on top. Only because this paint ain't cheap, and yeah, I needed 2 coats anyway, so why not go with a primer that I've already had left over from my closet build. So I wish I would have done that. My husband did end up having to go on the second day of the painting to get me another gallon, because I thought I was going to be able to be done with just what I had. I think I had a little bit over half a gallon on the first day, but no, I was down to the bottom of the can by the first day. And this is what the first day of paint looked like: streaky, patchy, obviously because I didn't use primer and because it's the first coat, and that dark color, or that gray, was a dark color underneath. So here it is. I ended up putting the curtains up and everything back in its place because I don't know about y'all, but something about having no curtains towards the back of the house just kind of creeps me out at night. So we put them back up, and this is what the room looked like the second day. I loved the way that it looks, the lightness that it brings, because that gray, while I loved it while it was there, it was super dark. So really happy that I changed it, and here I am taking the curtains down again the second day and getting ready to paint. And so pretty, the sunlight, so pretty. It makes me happy looking at these videos back and seeing how pretty the sunlight coming in looks. It just makes my heart melt. Maybe not melt, but even coming home, like this is the first room that you see coming up the stairs from the front door, and yeah, just the brightness of it makes me really happy. Now, I did mention right at the beginning of this video that I am trying to make videos in my spare time, and there are things that I really want to do in the house, in this room. Actually, in my dining room, I still would love to do a couple of things, like add some trim to the walls. However, one, there's a time constraint because we are busy, but two, there's a monetary constraint. I wish I could plop down $500 on trim anytime that I felt like it, but honestly, I have to be fiscally responsible. There's bills that need to be paid, there's things that happen, and so I don't know when I will return to do anything additional. At some point I will. I want to, but yeah, I don't know when. And I do still have some paint left over. I still have some primer that I didn't use here left over. So my next project that will be DIY is going to be painting my hallway the same color, because I have the paint already and it is kind of looking dark and dungeony. It's funny because I used to love that gray color and I loved the way that it looked in the hallway, like it was dark and dungeony, and now I'm like, I need light and bright and not feel like I'm in a dungeon. So tastes change, things change, and I'm sure at some point in the future I'm going to want to paint it some other color, but until then we will enjoy this creamy white. I'm curious to know how many of you were also on the millennial gray bandwagon. I'm not sure if my gray was necessarily millennial gray, but there was that time of life that everything seemed to be gray and sterile and very cold. And now we're shifting into this creaminess and whiteness. And am I being influenced? Probably. But honestly, I like this aesthetic a lot because it just warms up the space. I work from home. I don't know if I've mentioned it in this video, but anyone that's watched any prior videos knows that I do work from home. I am here all the time, and looking at the gray walls just kind of wasn't it for me. So yeah, just curious to know if any of you are also switching from the millennial gray, dark, dingy, not dingy, but just dark aesthetic to something light or bright, or heck, even dark academia. I've seen that being a trend these days too. And as you can see, my little one wanted to also partake in the painting. This is the second day of this quote unquote snowstorm. And as you can see, beautiful sunny day. And so she was inside watching me paint and wanted to help out, so I did let her. It's so cute. I loved it. I love that she's helping me out with that. I'm probably going to have her help me in the hallway whenever that happens. I honestly have to take a break, and it's been a break. It's been like 3 months, but even trying to get them to muster up the I guess the courage or the energy to tackle the hallway, I need some time, and I need to like hype myself up for it, because it's a long hallway, and it probably won't take nearly as long as I think it will, but ugh, worried about it. And here is the dining room towards when I finished painting it, and my husband is cleaning out that air vent, like inside, vacuuming out all the dust. And then here it is right now. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Thank you so much. Have a good one.